It's Lady Rose at day 3 at Rocklahoma. Tonight's headliner is Slipknot. But right in front of me, who's going to be playing right just before Slipknot, is Nothing More.
Woo-woo.
How are you guys?
We're good, Rose. Thanks for having us.
I have not seen you guys since the Boston date. You opened up for Shinedown. My daughter and I went on the bus with Jonathan. We were interviewing him, but I didn't get to meet you guys.
That's
so
awesome.
This is really cool that you guys get to change it up a little
Heck
bit.
yeah, what are you doing here? Why aren't you in Boston?
Why? Because I want to be here with
there you go.
Rocklahoma.
Heck yeah.
With the metal family. So what do you guys have been up to? What's going on?
We just released the album Carnal end of June. Yep. Super stoked about it. It's a great breath of fresh air for us, for sure, after COVID and everything being apart. Now coming back together.
Nasty.
Yeah, for everybody, for sure. Because we were all separate. We got to come back and fresh perspective, write music again, feel the chemistry, feel the synergy in the room.
Right.
This record really does embody all of that, in my opinion.
Now, how many records are out now?
4 on the label since we got signed.
Yeah, and we have one other out before the label, but we've been doing music since 2004. Discontinued 3 or 4 other records.
Right.
So if you go to the dark web, you could find
the
stuff.
You could probably find it, yep. And you guys have been touring a lot. Every time I see on Instagram you touring with somebody, I'm like sharing it. Okay, everybody, pay attention, How has the touring been for the album and everything?
Very good. Very strong. We did that co-headline tour with Wage War. That was a lot of fun.
Those guys are
good
sick.
guys. Yeah.
I love those guys.
Great band, huge breakdowns. Awesome. It was a lot of fun playing with them.
Yeah.
Playing Mario Kart with them too. They slay.
They're very good at Mario Kart.
It's crazy how good they are.
It's funny because some of the band members, you guys play video games and everything.
Yeah.
I know this one behind me this morning, I hear clang. I'm like, what are you doing? Throwing your control. The new Call of Duty just came out.
There you go.
Nice.
So he loves playing the Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I know he had a question. Come here.
Yeah.
Eric from Upperville. On House. How did that come to be?
Yeah, we were actually doing festivals 2023 over in Europe, and they were doing some too. We kind of became fans of each other's music. There was an off day for them, for us, just a headline show. And
That's awesome.
I invited Eric out. Hey, man. And he was absolutely. He came out with his tour manager. They loved the show. We bonded, had beers. I sent him a record, Carnal, but it was all demos and everything. And I was like, dude, we'd love to.
Most of you guys
if you want to
do
be
that.
a part of something.
Yeah.
And immediately he got back to me. He was like, dude, House on Sand. I love that song.
Yeah.
If y'all are into it, I'd love to do it. Things get complicated with business, this and that. They're
Right.
doing a bunch of stuff. Tried to work out timing. It looked like it wasn't going to happen. But then kind of the 11th hour, he totally swooped in, went to a studio, recorded second verse, and that huge slamma-jamma scream there in the bridge.
Definitely.
Yeah,
he loves that
came
one.
to life.
Yeah.
He wanted to be in the video, too. It was really special. Really cool how it came together.
That's really cool. Definitely really cool.
Badass.
You guys, what are you expecting from the crowd tonight? How many times have you played Rocklahoma?
We don't know if this is our 3rd or 4th.
3rd or 4th?
I think it's the 4th, actually.
They must like you if they keep bringing you back. I mean, come on. The music's really good.
Well, yeah, we're super pumped because we get to play at night today.
Really? Yeah. That's a
headlining
different.
the stage.
Isn't that different versus being on one of the smaller stages?
Yeah.
Not that they're small, because I hear that the crowds are just as big.
Oh, for sure. Well, honestly, we prefer that.
Yeah.
Playing at night, using all the lights, everyone's there. We can play right before Slipknot, like you were saying. So it's cool. Plus, it's going to be cool, literally.
Yeah.
Literally cooler, so you can play.
Sweating, seeing stars. I think we totally did the last time we played here, 2022.
Did you?
It was brutal.
Wow.
We're really pumped about tonight.
Yeah, that's
8:45.
good. You guys are. What's the set list look like? Any of the older songs? A lot of new songs? I know you're tight with the set time.
Yeah, I'd say it's a good spread.
A good spread.
We're doing 3 new songs, 3 songs off
4,
Carnal.
I think.
4. That's right. We got 4 new songs off
Now,
Carnal.
how do you guys go about picking the set list? Do you let the fans do it, or do you say
We debate for a long
you
time.
debate
it
for
takes
a
a long
long
debate.
time?
Yeah.
Yelling at each other, calling each other names. No.
Yeah, because some songs are definitely live fan favorites. Others might do better streaming. You got to kind of cater to both.
Right.
And then there's X amount of songs that we have to play, or people are going to hate us.
Yeah.
If we don't play Jenny, that would be bad. bad news.
I was
This
gonna
is the
see
time,
if
that'd be
Jenny's
bad
on the
news.
set list because that's when we came in. We were
Yeah.
like, when we first interviewed you guys, Jenny had just come out.
Probably just like you would think. I mean, it's humbling. It's special.
Yeah.
It's awesome to, have guys like David Draymond be a fan of our band and want to sing on a song too. And
That
came
was
together.
cool.
I couldn't believe that happened.
Yeah.
He knocked it out of the park too.
I bet you were like, pinch me, please, pinch me. David Draymond's in the studio with us.
Right.
Yeah, it makes me think when your dad like lets you drive the car when you're a kid for the
Right?
first time. It's like, I'm good enough. I'm good enough.
I'm good enough. Oh my God.
It isn't ushering into like the elite or something.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
And so anything, I know it's a brand new record and everything, but still, bands still write. You go on tour. During the tour, do you guys write while you're on the bus, or do you look at things and say, hey, I just got a new riff or a new beat? What?
Absolutely. I don't think any one of us can not work,
Yeah.
basically. We all have our free time. I do play video games for sure. And,
He'll
and
give
we,
you
we
his
have
handle.
our hobbies, get sucked into shows.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're always creating music, working on something. So absolutely. You find time and it's like it just happens. You have to make sure you capture the idea.
Right. And that was our next question. We've been asking everybody, if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
I always make the joke I work at Discount Tire.
Are you a mechanic?
No, not really.
No.
Dan's way more the mechanic, but it's just a stable, simple job. It's
Right.
completely opposite of what we do. So that's,
Right. And it's understood.
Yeah, and I'm married. I have an 11-year-old son. Just started.
Does he get on something and show you, hey, Dad, I'm like you? All the parents, get your kids picking up an instrument. So that's why I was asking with you guys with kids, is it shocking if they don't do it? Because some don't do it. I have to push this one.
I completely hear you. I've tried to get my son to learn guitar, do
Yeah.
this, taught him some Rob Zombie or like
Yeah.
one of
Is he
our
good?
songs, and he likes it for a second. But he's 11. Like I
Yeah.
didn't really get excited about guitar until 14.
14,
You
yeah.
know, it's like, and it had to be electric guitar too. It's like
Right.
acoustic hurt my fingers. The art, the beauty of the riff.
Right,
You know, it changed me. Maybe it'll change him, maybe not. And if
Right.
not, that's cool. He does gymnastics.
That is
like
so
20
cool.
plus hours a week, and he's in love with that.
He's
So,
in love with that. That's cool.
Yeah, we want to
future
cater to that,
Olympian.
and, yeah, just listen, as I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
You try to pay attention to see what your kids' strengths are.
Right,
their
exactly.
Interests, hobbies, etc.
Yeah, kind of a similar thing. Growing up, me and my little brother were real into like power sports, like motocross,
Nice.
and things like that. And it's got piano lessons, more the motorcycles. But we all took piano, and my older brother pretty much flourished at it. I think he was probably 14 or 15. He got real into it. That's when he really
Wow.
started liking the Beatles and things like that. And then it was kind of the same thing for me. When I turned 14, I saw him play bass at a talent show. And it just, I don't know, something just struck me about the instrument.
Really?
And, yeah, I quit riding dirt bikes, and that was my new thing, and I
That's
just never
awesome.
looked back. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it kind of has to find you when it's supposed to, I think. 'Cause
He
my,
did
my
that to
dad's
me.
real musical too, but it was still
Yeah.
the same thing. Like he'd show me guitar or something, and I'd like it for a minute, and it was over. But then it hits you in your place, and,
Right.
and illuminates something in you and stirs you, and yeah, it's cool to like look back to that moment where the rest of my life is defined by
Exactly.
something that I ultimately really liked, which
Exactly.
is cool too. you know?
Exactly. And that struck me with him because I didn't know he could sing.
Awesome.
So
I'm
the
jealous.
first time he did it, my oldest was in Afghanistan. We're a military family. That's why
Yeah.
we do this, because his brother created Metal Fortress with me. When he went off to war, this one here, he's like, Mom, I got a talent show to do. And I'm like, what? What are you doing? And I get into the thing and he goes up. I'm like, holy shit, you're meant to sing. What are you doing with your life?
That's cool.
amazing.
You know, so that's why I ask about the kids
Yeah.
with musicians, because it's so important to make sure that they either follow in footsteps
Yeah.
in something,
Yeah.
not even just music. It could be writing, it could anything creative.
Yeah.
You know, and I
I
think
agree.
sports are good too, because
Yeah.
it helps that side of
Yeah, they got to do something. Obviously,
Yeah.
as a parent, you feel that time. But I feel like the biggest pressure, just like you're saying, is just listening. And it's
Yep.
like here that, man, am I going to miss it or something? Because it's like he's so invested in gymnastics. It's like, what's he going to be an amazing baseball player?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'll
You never know. You
And
never
it's
know.
like, I fear that it's like, did I make the wrong decision? I don't
Now, do
think
they
so,
come to
but-
your shows and stuff? Do they look up?
Of course.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome seeing him there and seeing him sing all the words and really enjoy it.
That's
for
really
sure.
cool.
Although I still think he likes Papa Roach more than us.
Oh,
so.
no.
Ooh, that's hard.
Burn.
No, love those dudes. That's
Yeah,
totally
they are-
okay.
Yeah, that's an acceptable
Like I
one-up,
said,
right?
we're one big happy metal family. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming out. Where can they get your merch? Where can they get their music?
Just Google Nothing More. Everything's there.
Yeah.
Everyone knows how to work the internet.
Yeah. Okay.
So Spotify, Apple Music, you name it. Just Nothing More.
We'll be sure to be cranking up your new single. Thanks for coming by. We'll catch you guys later.